sexuality majorly. Like, there was no discussion on that. There was, like, crushes and whatnot, but they were not sexual in the books because it was written for fucking children, okay? So if you want your kids to learn about sexuality, Harry Potter is just not the series for that.
Some people, like, were just, like, totally against Harry Potter altogether because...
The witchcraft.
That.
And the occult and shit. And, like, I remember that it was really... My mom was always upset that I was reading them because, you know, she's like, why are you reading that? You know, that's about Satan. And I'm like...
Is it? Like...
No. I mean, it might be, but
Is
it was
Hermione
entertaining.
Satan? Like, I don't get it. Who's Satan?
Technically, yeah, because she's a witch, so...
All right, well, burn her. The sharp turn, huh?
It just made me think of, what is it? The thing with the knights and the round table, and it's
Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Yeah, they're like, burn her, and then does she float?
She did though. She ended up being a witch.
Yeah, they burned her.
Sorry, Jason. So what do you have to say about the film series
as a whole?
Experience?
Are you going to read the books now?
Probably not.
Okay, that's fine. I mean,
my reading list is too deep to add that to it.
He's like an avid reader.
Oh, okay. Well, sorry. That was my gateway drug to literature. Okay. Because before then, I was reading like just digestible books until Harry Potter. So.
I had a friend who only read like pornography.
You know, do you remember the fucking V.C. Andrews books that were
no?
So
was that it?
Up? You don't know about V.C. Andrews books?
No, what is that?
Oh, it's so weird. Okay, so our middle school library actually had a lot of them because they were popular, so they kept ordering them, and I'm like, does nobody pre-screen what they're putting in here?
What is it?
It's a book about, okay, it's like erotica, but it's, it just made it seem like it was women being placed in not good situations. Like, I just remember rape being a prevalent theme. It's pretty fucked up. Or like power play. Yeah.
So it's like better than 50 Shades of Grey.
No, like it was damaging. Like these women were damaged. They were not. I don't know.
You should ask to see if they still have those books at the library and then ask them to remove them.
Well, I wonder if I just need to maybe reread one because maybe I misinterpreted it as a kid, but I feel like
that's a lot to interpret.
And unfortunately, that was the only access I had to sexuality.
Damn.
I know. And so a lot of girls were reading it to learn about sex because we didn't have anything else.
That sucks.
I know. It was so fucked up.
My friend really liked like romance novels, and it was like she got me. I got to the point where I knew how to like flip through the book
and find
the good parts.
That's literally what all these were about. So I don't know that anyone actually read them. I think they just got to the part. Like, I can actually still remember a part where they described getting head. So
from a man on your vagina?
Yes. And she was, but then like they really over romanticized, you know, because all of them lost their fucking virginity in these books, I swear.
Right. Everyone's a virgin and all the men have experience.
Oh, I'm such a precious flower and I'm tarnished now.
Well, and every time they have sex, it only stings, but it always feels good.
Yes.
It's a good pain.
That's literally what was.
Yeah. I don't know.
She was like, oh, it hurt, but it was so good. And I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah, it's not. Shut up, liar. Right? You lying sack of shit, bitch.
So I was actually, I literally thought about these books after my first time because I'm like, that is nothing like the book.
Like I said, you lying sack of shit, bitch.
Right?
Like telling these young girls that it hurts. Okay.
Actually, I felt kind of, I mean, it was, I didn't feel fucking lightning bolts and butterflies in my tummy. The fuck is that?
I felt awkward and naked and
vulnerable.
Like, I just wanted to be done and I wanted to, like, go home and take a shower. That was like it. Like, it was like, that was cool, dude. I'll see you later. like
Yeah.
third or fourth time was really when it was like getting in the groove.
Yes.
You gotta do it a couple of times. That's what they don't tell you.
Right.
How was your first time, Jason?
He's
Are you
stunned.
talking about sex?
Yes.
Yeah, we're talking
Sorry,
about
I was
sex.
zoned out waiting to come back
know,
for me to answer questions.
So we bypassed Harry Potter for a minute. That was a really rough transition.
Wait, you don't have to answer if you don't want to, though.
My first time, we just watched Dante's Peak with Pierce Brosnan, and then we put in the movie Volcano with Tommy Lee Jones,
And then you erupted.
and that wasn't doing it for her, so...
Oh man.
Was it awkward? Did you know where to put it?
That was fine.
Oh.
It was good.
In my parents' basement.
Oh, iconic.
Where the kids play?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I was
Oh.
living down there for the summers or winter or something.
How old were
Oh.
you?
18.
Okay, that's acceptable, I guess.
I don't think there is an acceptable age. Okay.
Over 18.
Nah, I was way over that. I was 22. So,
I was 16.
well, listen, whenever you feel like blossoming, I was a late bloomer. Obviously. Well, actually, more so than anything, I was a fucking cactus because I didn't want anyone to touch me
You
or
were
I would stab
prickly.
you. Yeah. I was just angry. That's all.
Well,
But
you didn't even want to be a dama at a fucking
fuck that.
quinceañera.
No.
I
'Cause then-
hate they touch you a lot.
I fucking hated being touched, period. Just because, I don't know.
Now
it was
you're
just
just
a
such
thing.
a huggy person.
I have to be because I've learned, though.
To be open, right?
Well,
It's-
yeah, because people want it. And if I'm just sitting there like, what? Oh, you want a hug? Okay. Like, you know what I mean?
I do that all the time.
Yeah, and then it's like, damn it. And so sometimes I'll ask people like, so do you want a hug? Like, you look like you need a hug. And I'm not meaning it like, oh, honey, let me hug you because I just need to feel human contact. Mostly it's like, I feel like if I don't hug you, you'll judge me. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And you'll
Like-
think I'm a cold-hearted bitch. So
Which I might be.
I am. But only because I don't feel the need to touch people to fix your emotions. You
It's
know?
not my job to fix you.
Exactly.
Like,
Like-
I love you and I value you, but
Right.
you need to do that too.
Right. Like if it depends though, because, you know, prior to Joel, I did not fucking touch people. So he kind of introduced me into that world of human contact.
Touch.
Yeah.
He made you not a robot.
Basically. I was like, damn. And yeah, that was basically that. But it's okay. Like I figured it out now, you know. It just
That's
took
good.
a while. It took a fucking long time.
Do you think Harry
So-
Potter like helped you with that?
With being socially awkward, no.
I feel like it
I
did.
actually feel like it made it more awkward because, you know,
You're a Harry Potter person.
yeah, like someone I remember in fucking band, took my CD player, Walkman, okay? And in it was the Harry Potter soundtrack. And they proceeded to make fun of me for listening to the Harry Potter soundtrack. And I
It's
was like,
actually really good. They
I-
play it at the toy store.
I mean, I did tell them all to fuck off. But, and I said, just, you know, yeah.
Leave me alone.
Right. And then later, when I was like 20, that same dude messaged me on Facebook and said, hey, I had a big crush on you. And I was like, oh, I didn't notice when you were, you know, fucking throwing my CD on the ground, you dick.
I hate that society just reinforces that, like, oh, if he's picking on you, he's just flirty. That goes along with that bullshit from those dumbass books.
Right. And
The
so,
lies.
but because that's all I was reading, it was confusing because I'm like, is this okay? First of all, don't fucking touch me. Second of all, like,
You're gonna take my virginity. Fuck off.
I was just angry. I don't know. This is probably a product of my environment. I don't know.
Who knows? I don't know. I just
I've actually been listening to a podcast that is strictly talking about sexuality, and it's actually really fascinating.
Oh, yeah. You were talking about
Yeah.
the love line.
Yes.
With Amber.
This one's
Griff.
definitely not about, like, it's about relationships, but they have, it oftentimes relates to sex. And I find it weird that so many people are so anti this podcast. And I'm like, if you don't like it, don't listen to it. Jesus.
Right.
But then they'll bash it. And I'm like, no, I really think that we need to hear this because I shouldn't need to read fucking trash to understand sexuality.
Right. Or be sex positive. In
Right. And
general.
and I know we had sex ed, but that's really kind of medical. It's like, this is a penis. This is a
Please.
vas deferens, you know?
No, not even that. Like in Kansas, they don't teach you anything.
Just abstinence only, and
Not-
it never fucking works.
Not even abstinence sometimes. Some places choose not to teach children anything.
My sister learned from watching 2 gingerbread cartoons. Fuck.
Like rubbing,
Yeah.
starting a fire.
And there wasn't even like icing that came out of the ginger dick.
Right?
The gingerbread
That's the
dick.
most
Sorry.
dangerous thing. The ginger dick. Was there a ginger dick? Oh my God.
Yeah, it was like an oblong piece of cookie.
Oh my God. They should have put icing because that's the dangerous. That's the baby batter.
Exactly.
Stay away
Baby
from
gravy.
jism, ladies. Or what
Or
is
do
it?
something else with it. Don't, you
Like,
know.
yeah, put it on your belly button.
It doesn't need to go up in
maybe
there.
on your chest.
You
Don't
know.
do it. Do not get it in your eyes or hair.
And make
Do
sure
not.
that you're not.
Get it.
I just heard I literally just heard a podcast this morning where they talked about some girl getting like this horrible rash because the dude that she hooked up with from Tinder was sleeping with corpses.
Oh,
I was like,
how did he have
shit.
access to corpses?
He worked at a morgue.
Okay. Silence is not consent.
Right. A dead body cannot consent. Okay?
Thank you.
So, and that's actually something like that they talk about a lot is consent, because I feel like some people don't fully understand what that means.
Some of our neighbors.
So, yeah, you know, if the girl is saying no, or if the man is saying no, or if the person that you're with, you know, be they identifying with another gender or fluid, if anybody says no, that doesn't mean try harder, okay?
It doesn't even have to be a no. If they're not sure, you should
Right.
back off.
Like,
if
I don't
if they're not in
know.
if they're not sober, then you should probably back off.
Right.
Because you're taking advantage of somebody at that point because they're not in the right mental headspace.
Right.
If it wasn't agreed upon, if you don't have a safe word, just back off, bro.
That's where I found some of those books to be problematic because
Mhm.
they were being read by 12-year-old girls who were on the cusp of learning about their womanhood. And I'm like, shit.
And we're living in this porn culture where boys are also like, they have access to a whole nother mess load of shit that they're
Right.
actively seeking
But then
out.
if the girls are reading what the porn is enacting, then obviously they're just going to come together and act out what the only thing that they know. And so that, and kudos to the people that do porn because, they're able to explore things, and adults are also able to watch
That's an adult
fantasy
thing, though,
setups,
right?
But I mean, if you're leaving your kids to their own devices, they'll find it.
They're curious. That's the point of being a kid, is you're curious and you want to learn more about it. I feel like there's this thing where when we're little, we keep wanting to be adults, and then when we're adults, we keep missing our youth.
Yeah.
And so, like, trying to talk to somebody who wants to be an adult about sex from somebody who wants to go back to being innocent, it is a
Right.
hard conversation to have.
Yeah.
But it needs to happen.
And I feel that teenagers are also put under an immense load of pressure with that because they're being treated like children, but they are on the verge of becoming adults overnight, literally, and so be sensitive to that, it's a
there
tough
are
time.
expectations of them too. Like, parents put so much on their children.
Shame too. It's not even just pressure. It's they shame them for doing anything. And to me, that's That's a little harmful because then you're
bullshit.
like, oh, crap. And so girls, because they're shamed all the time, you know, barely ever masturbate or they think that it's not possible.
They lack a lot of, like, bravery in anything. They never try anything.
Right.
And